All right, we are live. And I've had a fantastic day. I just got back home and I just had so much on my heart and my mind that I wanted to share. I couldn't wait. And especially when I got in the car, it reminded me, it's not how fast you can go, in regards to a car, but also your life. It's not how fast you can go, it's how fast you're willing to go. And my question for you is, how fast are you willing to go? Now, I see some people joining me, and I appreciate that. Leave a like, comment, share. Let me know you're here and you can hear this. The audio's working, and everything is generally good. And I want you to leave me a comment below with what you think I'm referring to. Do you think I'm referring to the speed you're going in your car? Or maybe, just maybe, it's something else? And I'll tell you the answer. I've been having such a great last couple of days. I mean, every day is great for me, with few exception. And it's an emotional roller coaster. I mean, honestly, if you have your own business, you know what I'm talking about. If you have a life, you know what I'm talking about. Personal, professional, just everything. But what I've learned to derive from it is, no matter what's going on, are you focused? Are you focused on your goals? Are you committed to your dreams? Not tomorrow or next week, but 6 months, 12 months from now. I just had the blessing of seeing Nora earlier, and there's a video that apparently there's no audio to earlier. But I got to go to the salon and see Nora. She's awesome. And Nora, when you see this, thank you. Honestly, thank you. But then afterwards, the weekend was good because Sunday was Dad's birthday and we got to celebrate with the family. But today is his actual birthday. And I didn't say I was going to come over, but I made it a joke. Everything's got to be fun, right? So I was like, well, I know, well, I brought cannolis and eclairs and two different ice creams and stuff the other day. But today, my first joke, if they said, what are you doing here? It would be like, well, I apologize, I forgot to bring a cake. Even though we had like 2 other ones. So I got a different cake today, and we got to share that. And I just love my friends and family and clients. And I got to spend the last 2-3 hours with my parents, and I'm thankful for that. And then I got to share with them one of the dreams of mine, for getting a boat. It's always been a dream of mine. Used to have a wave runner, and now I started looking at boats and stuff for next summer, aiming in the future where you want to be. And it just reminded me of all the stuff that I've always worked for, the reasons I pursue business, so I have the freedom to not be worried about, oh, it's late, I gotta get back because I gotta whatever tomorrow. I'm not even gonna fill in the blank, because if you don't like it, I don't want you to think I'm trying to insult you, because I'm not. I'm just saying I didn't like it. And there's something I did a few years ago, and I'm looking at them right here. So, oh, this is good. My Himalayan salt crystal lamp is creating nice lighting. I took an emotional empowerment class for leadership training, and one of the things we had to do with our partners was write a letter for in the future. And one of the things we had to do is write a letter to our future self. And I wrote this letter to me. And one of the things that it has on here is zero stress from clients. You have the house of your dreams. You have multiple bank accounts. Basically, the ideal dream life. And I was reading it and I started crying because I'm still looking to get the boat. But I got my place. That's where I'm at now. It's not my dream home, but you know what? Actually, up until this point, it was. It was actually. Just like my car. Whoops, gotta pick up my keys later. And all the stuff I wrote in the letter years ago, I really do love my clients. Today was awesome. And hey Jeremy, how's it going? Hey Kevin, how are ya? And the stuff I wrote about a few years ago, everyone thought I was insane. And it's cool because less people think I'm insane now when I say stuff, but the powerful thing is, I don't care. If I were to say something and you think it's insane, that's your opinion. And what you think about me is none of my business. And before, that would have driven me up a wall, distracted me. There's things personally I'm not going to share on here. It's not because I can't. It just... what I'm saying is I want to uplift you, not talk about the bad. And there are things that have been happening that even 2-3 years ago would have crippled me. Because it has. Flat out, frankly, it has in the past. And now, as much fun as it isn't to go through all of it, I'm glad I can. Because I haven't skipped a beat. And it's a new week, baby. We're on Saturday number 2. Well, hold on. Yeah, we got 9 more minutes before Saturday number 2. Or Saturday number 3. So, you know, more dreams and goals to be accomplished. But at the end of the day, whether you're where you want to be or where you're not, are you at least on the right track? If you're going... You know, everyone wants everything done right now. And I had dreams and goals that I wrote when I was, 16, 17, I was thinking about it. 18, I actually got clear and focused. And I was like, 4 years, I'll be blah, whatever. Just astronomical goals in 4 years from high school. Never look... Jeremy, you're right. Never look back unless it's to see how far you've come. Yes. So, I had dreams and goals and aspirations, and I'm still working on some, but I'd like to report that things are going well. But this is when I was 18, and I thought I'd have this by 22. And I'm 32 now. I'll be 33 in February, and I'm more excited than ever because here's the thing. Who cares how long it takes? If you don't know what it's like to live in congruency with your passion and purpose and live out your dreams, I said this the other day. I'm not where I'm at, but I'm on a curve. All right, so that was a learning curve. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm thankful for where I'm at. And in the past, I'd be so focused on the future that, one day, you never take 5 minutes and stop to enjoy today. So years ago, my goal was to control my calendar. And then a few years ago, it was, I've been able to do that for a minute or two. Like, a while. And I go, you know what? I'm going to schedule in more free time to just be with the people I care about. What's the point of taking 5, 10, 15, 20 years to achieve something if you lose everyone in the process? There's a scripture that talks about that. I don't know which one it is. I'm not going to claim I know everything about everything, but it's, what's it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? For real. Like, whether it takes you 5 years or 50, if you have no one to share it with, what's the point? I don't know. I don't want that. The whole reason I'm doing this is to help and bless more people. So, I'm just excited and thankful that I get to help more people, and we had a great day in class today for the Expert Authority Effect, expertauthority report.com. if you want to know what I'm talking about. But I have 4 book launches coming up to transform people's lives and business in the next month and a half. And I'm very thankful for that, because I've always had clients and things, but sometimes it hasn't been the best. And I gave up things in my personal life to pursue business, and then business wasn't great emotionally. And then I was like, what's the point? I've just given this up here to gain this, and this isn't even a gain, it's a frustration. I go, what is the freaking point? I go, I need to change this. So it was May of 2013, I went to go see my nephew, who just got married to a wonderful woman. And I was speaking at one event, I was learning at another, and then we went to New York, and it was that May 2013, I had 38 open projects with clients simultaneously, which is a lot. For me and like 4 other people that I had on staff at the time, maybe 6, 5, I don't know what it was, doesn't matter. But it was a fair amount of work. And then things weren't even going great within them. Some of them were treacherous, some were horrible, and then the other ones were just like, going along. And I'm like, what did I build? And at that point, it had been about 10, 11 years. I'm like, what am I doing? I plan on having a wife and kids in the future. I do not want to be doing this. When it's just you and you're single, you can spend hours on doing anything, and it's not like it's cutting into anything else. But when you start doing other stuff, it's like, wow, how are you really spending your time? So nothing makes me smile more than most of my clients are older than me, and they have families. I go, this is perfect, because you're going to get this so much quicker than even I did, because it's a forcing function, So if you're allocating 20 hours a week for something, why not learn how to do it in 2 and then reinvest that time? Think about that. How can you reinvest your time, not just your money? If you have 20 hours a week doing something, there's probably a way you could learn to do it in 2, or pay someone. What are you going to do with those other 18 hours? If you don't have something solid you're going to fill it with crap. So you have the free time, but you're still not maximizing it. And I just started thinking about it and slowly doing other things, started playing sax again, started working out more, started spending more time with friends and family, living, having a life, not just working. And I'm so thankful for that. Hey, Jeremy, Jason, Brianna, Richard, welcome. You know what? And I really appreciate you. Brianna, you are very uplifting. You have an incredible spirit. Jason, your words of encouragement you've been awesome. I'm glad we got to meet years ago. Jeremy, you and Tanya, I sent her a cake on her wall. I'm not sure if she saw it yet, but you guys are great. Richard, for anyone who doesn't know, Richard Brochini. Richard, would you care to share your middle name with everyone? Some people I live by, some people I don't, but, we're all connected. And this is, I was just feeling this, and I was like, you know what, it's 11:30 at night, it's midnight, it's whatever, and I go, I don't care. Because someone's going to be up, someone's life is going to be better off because of this, and I was feeling it. What am I going to do, enjoy this on my own? No. I love helping people, and that's what I do. And sometimes I can't handle it, because it's not because anything's bad, but if you could take all the best moments of your life and condense them into a 24-hour period of time, sometimes I feel like that's what it is. And I used to be like, oh, everything's great, everything's going to be fun. Fake it till you make it. But now I'm finding I literally have to leave certain things out just because it doesn't even sound believable. Some of my closest friends, I'm like, did I tell you about da-da-da-da-da-da-da? They're like, no. I go, oh, well, that was Thursday and Friday. And I had just updated them with what's new and exciting, and there was so much Tuesday and Wednesday that, come Saturday, I was like, oh, I totally skipped 2 days, but yeah, boom, 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 boom. You know how fun that is? I used to get picked on in elementary school and middle school, even part of high school. And I don't like it. That's why I like standing up for people and being there to support them. And I give people that start a business a lot of credit because it's not easy to do. And sometimes it doesn't always go right. And sometimes you're doing the right things, maybe not in the right order. And it's not your fault because you just don't know. And it's been a while, but it's fun for me. Oh, come on, don't even do this. I had to charge 3 different devices. I have 5% battery left on this. I've been going since non-stop since 3 this afternoon when class started. Pretty much talking the whole time, whether on the phone or on the training or in person. All my devices are nuked. They're pretty much constantly low on battery because here's the thing. It's not because I'm irresponsible or lazy. It's because I utilize them and leverage the heck out of them to my advantage. When people say I got a phone that's 2-3 years old, I don't know how that's possible because if mine lasts more than a year and 2 months, it's shocking because you could call me a power user if you will, you know, and it's not from Candy Crush. Where's the charger at? Let's take a little trip in the uppity smell, but then I can't walk around. We're gonna go upstairs for a minute. Because I don't think I'm gonna be done in a few minutes. But this thing's gonna die on me, so if anyone has a universal battery or something, that'd be fantastic. Start new in the morning with your uplifting video. Brianna, that's a sane idea, but truthfully, I'm not going to bed for a little bit. You know I'm a night owl. I am excited to work on something to benefit more people. So that one's charged in. All right, we're gonna hang out in the kitchen for a minute. This is fun. All I'm saying is, regardless of what's going on, what are you going after? Put in the chat right now what you're pursuing. And what is your biggest struggle? Because I can help you overcome it. That nothing would make me happier. And even if I can't, I have a lot of great friends that are freaking geniuses. And if it has to do with publishing or marketing, well, let's play, because that's just extremely fun for me. Alright, so we're not going to die in the next 2 minutes with this as far as that goes. Take a break, go to bed. Cool. Jeremy, that sounds fun. Jason, financial freedom, more time with friends and family. Jason, what's your biggest struggle right now then? And what does financial freedom mean to you? That's a great goal, but that's also a loaded question. Time management. What do you want? More time? That's actually something fun to play around with. Like, what's the biggest thing? Jason, check out have you heard of Rescue Time? I have it on my desktop, my tablet, my phones. It tracks everything. Brianna, I would honestly love nothing more than for you to have that off your mind, because you have a spirit that you're awesome. Okay? You are going to be able to help so many people just by what you already know. And I'm a firm believer that all the stuff we have that we face or comes against us is just to distract us. So I don't like when stuff goes bad, but when it does, I might be sitting there crying in the corner and ready to, do some illegal things to people, but I do calm again and go, you want to mess with me? You want to mess with my friends? You want to mess with my family? Let's go. because I know I'm on the right path. When everything is going calm and fine, you're not getting enough opposition. You're not stirring the pot enough to make a difference. You're right where certain people don't want you. Brianna. Brianna, money in the past was mine. I would have never made a video about it. I would have talked about anything about it. The second one is relationships on a personal level. More than friend relationships. If any, you can ask. I don't want to say anyone because some people didn't know, because I would stay focused on business. And I could, you keep me on business and I'm upbeat, but the second someone says like, oh, how's your girlfriend, or how's this, or anything family, and certain things weren't going great family, it was a weak spot. And I'm glad I can share that now. And that's why I'm so thankful for the letters that I got. That, I spent a year and a half going through training on how to deal with this emotionally. It was emotional empowerment training I was talking about before you joined, Brianna. I took an emotional empowerment leadership training for a year and a half. It was intense. It was like intense, and we had to write these letters from our buddies and to ourselves. And the one I was writing about, all the stuff that's going on now, all the stuff I wanted to happen is where I'm at now, and these are from 4 years ago. I said I have all the debts paid off. I have multiple bank accounts with gold and silver in reserves. And I knew that I could help people. And every day it was just like everyone around me was just like poverty mentality, just talking about like how strenuous everything is. And I never wanted to put them down, but I wanted to be strong enough to be at a point where I could go, hey, let's talk about it. What's really going on? Have you considered shifting A to B and C to Q? Because in 6 months it'll make a shift. And it's not easy. It's been 14 years. I thought I'd do it in 4. Little ambitious, little optimistic. But I don't care if it takes 10 or 20. I'm not stopping because more people need help. That's why I created my Expert Authority Effect training program. Because I took the best of what I've learned in the last 14 years, condensed it into 8 weeks. And I'm super thrilled for Arlene. She's going to U of M Dearborn. No, she's going to U of M. She's in grad school right now. She's the youngest person I've ever let into my program, and she's killing it. And her book, Family is Friendship, is launching November 15th, and this isn't for her business to make 20% increase in profits. I'm catching myself because I want her to do this. I want her to tell you. So I'll leave that for her, but I will say this. She's giving all the money to charity to help the family in India that touched her. She said it was a dream of hers since she was in 5th grade to publish a book and get it out there and make a difference in the world. And I have to sit there on the phone and hold back my tears and be objective, it's a business setting. Referred from another client that was satisfied and enthralled. And I gotta sit here and go, okay, what about this? I still have to ask the business questions. But she had me in tears, and I had just met her 23 minutes beforehand by what she's doing with her life. And I was just, I was thinking, thank you, God, for putting me in this place today, in this moment, where I'm the one who's not concerned about A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And everything's not perfect now. I still need to get gold and silver, to be fully transparent. And not everything... Let me rephrase that. Everything is coming true. I'm still working on it, but I'm thankful for where I'm at. I would have never done that. I said, well, I'm here, but I still have to... It was just twisted. Let me catch up here. Boom. Okay. Financial freedom. Not only to be able to pay my bills, but which are almost there, but to be able to afford items that do house repairs, which feeling the pinch. I don't need a fancy... Jason, did you mean you don't need a fancy car? You said, I don't need a fancy care. I think you mean car. And that's cool. If that's what it is for you, You don't need a fancy car. I used to think fancy cars were cool, but I took Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University this past first quarter, January through March, and he said literally, unless you're a millionaire, literally, you can't afford a new car. And it's not, you can't afford the payments, but he was talking about a 50 grand car that depreciates to $35,000. Even if you sell it, you lost the 15 grand and you still have no savings or investment portfolio. You put 35 grand in an investment portfolio now, it turns into 340,000 in 5 or 10 or 20 years, whatever the math was. Regardless of the math, there's someone going to go, well, that takes too long. Catch the concept. You either invest and lose or invest and gain. Even if you had $200, you can. I spent that on half. It was snacks and groceries, and it's not even going to last me the month. Just on grocery stuff, which is not something that's going to be around. It's organic lettuce and crap that is spoiling. So if anyone wants some stuffed mushrooms, like, I'm going to have them available because I need to eat them even though they're just sitting there. So that's another thing. It literally is depreciating in value. Put 200 into an investment, it turns into 300. You reinvest the 3, it turns into 5. You turn it into 1,000. There's certain ways to do things that aren't fun, but they're worth it. Time management. Would like to be more efficient to have more time to be able to take into family and trips off. So Jason, this is awesome. Jason, thank you for the encouragement for Brianna. She is awesome. Don't need a fancy car. Yeah, and he was saying that the car, they just depreciate in value, and I had never thought about it from that perspective. Personally, I've always liked fancy cars. That's why I bought my Cadillac. I like it. It was a dream of mine. But I didn't buy it for $95,000 brand new. I'm like, whoa. I never thought about it from the perspective of what it, keep it for 3 to 5 years, what does it do? One you get a 10 times turn on investment, the other one you lose for 100%. I'm like, just the way it was, and that's the thing. Sometimes it's just the perspective someone's coming from. So Jason, I want to ask you again, and Brianna, can you leave a comment and let me know if you've ever thought about starting a business or doing something on the side in addition to what you're doing now? Jason, financial freedom and time management. I'm going to tackle time management first. What do you... Okay. Time management. Have you heard of the app called Rescue Time? Jason. Matt. Thank you. And if anyone else is hiding, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a share. Let me know you can hear me and see me. Oh, and no one ever said the audio's good, but I'm assuming it is because you're actually interacting with me. I did a quick video at the salon, and Nora sent me a private message and was basically like, did you turn off the audio? So I don't know what happened there, but... So Brianna, let me know if you ever thought about starting a business or doing something else. And Jason, okay, Rescue Time. Audio is great. Thank you for that. Yeah, Rescue Time is awesome. I recommend getting the upgrade package too because you can set goals. So when let's say you're doing, mine is set for emails. If I spend time doing email, like replying back to clients and stuff, most of my email time and LinkedIn time account for business. Facebook is a little 50-50. Facebook is a little 50-50. Is this business right now? I guess. Is it personal? I guess. So you can set the tracker on the sites that anytime I'm on LinkedIn or email, it'll track as sales. Because the only thing I really use email and LinkedIn for is like following up with people when they reach out to me, which is they're reaching out to ask about my training program. So, it's essentially sales time. You can program it I have it on, well, here's my other phone. I have the tablet here. The computer's upstairs. I have it on this phone. You can track, and all the browsers have plugins. So basically, install it right now. You don't need to dive into it, but just come back a week from now and it will show you spent 40 hours a week doing this, 60 hours a week on here. Here's the sites you went to. You can program it, finesse it. Make sure you install it today and let it start tracking. You can finesse it for the rest of your life. But I started looking, going, I spent how much time on YouTube doing what? And then I had to get real with myself and go, was I watching fun videos of humor stuff? It wasn't cats. I don't really, some of them are funny, but I'm not like a cat video person. I'm more like military videos and stuff. Some was business, but I was like, whoa. 10 minutes here, 8 minutes there adds up to about, 10, 20, 30 hours a week. So you can look at your time and go, well, what could I reinvest that doing? Maybe you want to keep doing it. Maybe you love your cat videos. God bless you. Maybe that's a goal of yours. Awesome. Make sure your business stuff is done. So I started looking at how much time I was spending on business stuff, and even in that going, do I want to spend this much time? I go, no. I looked, I go, 23 hours for what? That should take 6. So I found a way and created a way to spend 6 instead of 23, getting the same output, same yield, if you will. Brianna, getting a second job is all I can do right now. I don't know, when I'm an old lady though, I want to have a candy ice cream store in the neighborhood. Brianna, why do you think you have to be an old lady to have it? You can do anything right now. I started my first business at 12. I sold it at 19. I started this one when I was 18. You don't need to wait till you're an old lady. Do it. The best time to do it is now. You have more time now than you, even with your schedule, even with everything you're doing, you have more time now than when you're older. I assure you of that. And nowadays, I didn't have all this technology stuff when I started. You can do a lot of stuff. I don't have the money to open one up right now, nor do I know how to. Okay, so money and knowledge. Knowledge you can learn. That's easy. Money. What is something you're good at that you enjoy doing? Like, are you good at, let's take school, for example. I always use the example, like, what were you good at in school? Are you someone that's great at English? Or do you hate English like I did? Are you great at math, or you hate math? Are you good at creative stuff, or did you hate art class? Or was it sports for you? Let me know that, because everyone I know in business, regardless of what the business is, built it around one of their strengths. Mine was not English. It was talking in class and entertaining my friends. Math I'm actually really good at, but I never liked math class because I didn't see the point. When you're talking about profit margins and increase in yield, it's different. So I was led to believe growing up that I was bad at math. The truth is I'm freaking genius at math, and everyone lied to me my whole life. Doesn't mean I want to be an accountant, but you see where I'm going with this? If you like math, you can go into accounting. If you're good at English, we really need to talk, because there's a lot of people that, whether they're writing a book or not, look at all the stuff on LinkedIn and Facebook and all these different sites. You could do editing work, you can do writing for people, you can do content creation. Okay, so here we go. You like math and you're creative. I knew you were going to say creative because I knew that. So maybe, just throwing it out there, if you like math, maybe you help some businesses with their accounting and their maybe not even accounting. Maybe you help them with receipts and just organizing crap. What do you think if someone were to pay you monthly or weekly to just, here's a pile of, well, here we go. Let's get real honest. Here's some receipts from, oh, what's this, Kroger? 16 and cracker, baby. This is just, I have a whole pile of stuff here. I didn't even get into the organized pile because it's from 2 days worth of stuff. And I have, I don't like that stuff. I like writing but not essays. I like helping people more than anything. Here's one that fell. Regardless of what you like doing, that's your strength. There's a job, there's a business you can create around it. And think about this. How everything now is electronic. Yeah, that's a good Kroger. I was actually in there earlier tonight to get the cake that I surprised Dad with. And then I was in there. I've been in there like 3 times in the last 4 days, and it seems to get more and more expensive every time I walk in there. But the point is, I gotta file that. I get the receipt. This is just Kroger alone. There's about 20 of these from this week alone from various places that I put through a scanner. Okay, it helps me organize it, and then it has to go into the accounting software. So whether you like accounting or not, me personally, I've been looking for someone to just organize this and digitize it, and I even have this set up. And I'm organized. All my clients, they're asking me how to do this stuff. Jason, have you ever heard of the Neat Scanner? If you haven't, it's awesome. You should get it. You can scan business cards, documents, and receipts. So, you know, Brianna, I had my niece do it at one point when she was living here before she went to college. And I have a virtual assistant who does certain things, but you can do anything through the computer. And there's a couple of sites that if you want to send me a private message, I can tell you the name of all the secret stuff. I don't really know how accounting is. So Brianna, if you don't know it and you don't want to learn it, you don't need to do accounting. All I'm saying is that I'll tell you honestly, 80% of businesses that you drive by, you know, maybe it's on Jefferson, maybe it's on Crocker. Some of them are my clients, just so you know. And I'm not going to say who or what, but every time I have a one-on-one meeting with them, I'm like, what do you need help with? They're like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, whoa, really? Terry! Well, Terry, don't you have to be to work in like 7 hours? So everyone, I want to give a shout out to Terry Heron. She is awesome, and she is an accountant. She works for one of my clients, and they've been a great client for the last... Terry, how many years is it? Was it 09? It was January 09, if I'm not mistaken. January of 09. Town Locksmith in Plymouth, Michigan. Awesome. Love him. Terry does the accounting. So, Brianna, you don't need to necessarily do accounting, but you can help organize stuff. And maybe... Terry, can you... I really don't know about this, and I'm hesitant to say anything because I don't know if there's any legal ramifications. Like, I know with certified financial planners and stocks and stuff, you have to be certified, but to be a regular accountant, can anyone hire you if you have an interest in it, or do you need to, like, actually go through some formal schooling like a doctor or lawyer? Neat. Hey, Jason. The Neat Scanner is worth 10 times its weight in gold. I've been using it since 2010, because that was a big thing for me back then. Jason, you want my music playlist. I can maybe make it public on my YouTube channel. Check out youtube.com/Mario Ficini fan. I think it's private, but if you want it, sure. So, Brianna, you were also saying you like being creative. Well, welcome to my world. I loved being creative. And back in high school and early college, I thought, I'm never going to stop doing this. I'm either going to have a really expensive hobby or a very profitable business. I chose the second route. I still get to do what I love, and it's not costing me any money to do it like it is if you, like people that are gamers. I have some friends that are really into it, and I think it's awesome. Some of them are making money with it, but it's an expensive hobby. Unless you charter boats, boating is a very expensive hobby. Awesome, and I'm looking for a new one. Paintball. I played paintball 2 weeks ago. Another very expensive hobby unless you're professional. And here's the thing. No matter what you do in any industry, even if you have a business, unless you are a professional in it, it's going to be expensive because no one hires the amateur that's been an amateur for 20 years. There's a point where you have to break out and treat it like a business. Getting started doesn't matter. Just do it. But at some point, you have to treat it like a business. Terry, yes, I can help organize and do bookkeeping. No degree if you know what you're doing. I'm a bookkeeper, not an accountant, though. Organize. Okay, so Brianna, Terry is awesome. I trust her. I've known her for 7 years now. You're the bookkeeper, not an accountant, though. Okay. Perfect. Thank you for that, because I honestly didn't know. Medical and financial, they generally have some rules about them, and I'm not one for rules. So, what is going on here? Jason, thank you for the playlist, but I just noticed my lights aren't blinking anymore. Did disco mode go off? I think they did. Here we go. So Brianna, I also thought about being creative, and Brianna, have you ever used Photoshop, Illustrator, what's the other one? After Effects, InDesign? Are you familiar with the Adobe suite of softwares? Here we go. Nice. Back to normalcy mode. Jason, your computer clients. Jason, are you saying a lot of your computer clients have the Neat Scanner? Brianna, check out what is it? Digital Tutors? No. Oh my gosh. Digital, who is it? Total Training. TotalTraining.com. Okay? And Adobe Creative Suite. If you like being creative and you learn some of the stuff with this software, I guarantee you can make money with web design, print, business cards, flyers, any of that. Does that have any interest for you whatsoever? Give you a creative outlet and make some money. My account tools clients use Neat. They use it to organize their receipts. Yes, Jason. You should encourage them to use it for their business cards. I bought it for business cards and then realized like a year later, oh, it does receipts and documents too. Like I knew it, I just never used it. Terry. Meet Jason. Jason, meet Terry. Because Terry, maybe just one time in the last 6 or 7 years, there's been computer issues, right? Jason can help you. You two should really talk because that's Jason's strength. Brianna, TotalTraining.com. I used to buy these trainings all the time, and I took classes for Photoshop and all that stuff. Awesome, sweet. This is so freaking cool. This is what I'm talking about. It is 12:30 at night, and we're having a networking party virtually from my family room with some awesome dance music. How do you like the lights, not just the playlist? Where's the music at? Do we have to change it? Brianna, I started with all this stuff in high school and college, and you can ask Terry. I'm not going to say anything. You can ask Terry. We've done 3 websites for the town locksmith, and I think the newest one looks the best, and we've done all 3 of them. Terry might disagree. Either way, we were able to help them, and we've been serving them for going on 8 years now. And so, Brianna, whether it's a website or business cards or flyers, think of the stuff you like to do that you can do from a computer. And not being sarcastic one bit or trying to joke about anything, because literally I have one phone here, which is my old phone. I have the one I'm on now, and I have a tablet here sitting right above my kitchen sink, honestly, to control the playlist and the music, and I have it remote controlled so I don't need to walk upstairs to change the computer song list. That's mainly why I brought all this stuff down here. But literally all these devices, I also use the same stuff. Oh, and here's another thing. Yay, Bluetooth speaker. I assure you, you can make money using this stuff. I'm not going to say much more than that publicly, but I assure you, you can make money using this stuff. And if you're creative, you're just like me. It's just a matter of how do you want to serve someone? Maybe it's with the organization. Maybe it's with the design. Maybe it's with something else. I don't know. I'm just telling you, you absolutely can. And age doesn't matter. I started my first company at 12. Sold that one at 19, started this one at 18. And I've had it for going on 15 years now. And I'm very thankful because you can do it all nowadays remotely, virtually. I go into people's offices on occasion. I travel to speak, but realistically, if this phone that I'm broadcast, okay, let's recap this. It's 12:30 at night Eastern Time Zone. I'm broadcasting to you live for free, essentially, minus the $245 phone bill each month. But if you got a strong internet connection, which I do on here and upstairs, you can be anywhere in the world, baby. You can do anything you want as long as you have a clear and concise plan. So even people that have businesses that have been around for 10, 20 years, I love it when they're like, well, we need da-da-da-da-da. They have the same objections as most people give me. And I go, why do you think you need that? 30 years ago, maybe you did. Let's just take... Do I have enough juice in the phone? Let me check something. Went up from 2% to 7%. Is this thing even plugged in? I don't even think this is charging. Awesome. So for the last 20 minutes, it's not even charging. I'm going to run upstairs real quick because one, I changed the music and I don't want to kill the feed. And two, I'm going to show you the green screen. Lights, camera. Wait, is that controlling the disco lights? No, that's the downstairs. Where the heck are they? What did I do? I just got these new wireless enabled remote control lights. Well, come on. I said I was going to turn them on, so now I have to turn them on. Ah, goody goody. Gumdrop. So check this out. This isn't even as fancy as you can get. Look, now we're on green screen. Throw this into After Effects and you can make more hilarious videos than what they're doing with the political debate right now. Now look at that lighting. All I had to do is turn on the switch, and yes, I have everything positioned with the camera. Terry, remember when we did this in the, what was it, your lobby? Office? It wasn't the office. You know what? We're going to give a plug to Town Locksmith because they're awesome. And if you want to see what we did on this exact green screen 3 years ago, check out their website, townlocksmith.com. And you'll see a lot of informational videos that we helped Tom with. Terry was there. We had fun. And that's what you can do from anywhere if you have the right equipment and know what the hell you're doing. And over here, I just sat down at my NASA base station. And for some reason, the music stopped. So I guess I need to refresh. Oh, it's the playlist isn't on loop. Close enough. Storefront. There we go. Storefront. Brianna. I really love this. Aw, Brianna, you're sweet. You're very welcome. I'll check for your private message and sleep well. Have a great night. I need to turn this off and plug this baby back in because, like I said earlier, I nuked the phone. Alright, so I have to get a snack. I have to go. I have to plug in the phone. There's a lot of stuff I just wanted to share because I'm always thinking about you. And you know, the title of this is not how fast you can go. It's not how fast you can go, it's how fast you're willing to go. And part of me was like, it's late, but you know what? Thank you for leaving your comments, leaving your information, just being here and receptive, because this has been a dream of mine to be able to help people all over the world, no matter what. And, well, we're having fun in the process, right? So I'll hang around for we'll do the 2-minute shot clock. If you have any questions about, at this point I don't care. It's clearly not business hours. So if you want to, and I'm emotionally stable enough to talk about my personal life. So if you want to ask about anything, oh, I have to clean that up. Ask away. Let's talk. We'll have fun. All right, Terry. Have a great night. Jason, do you have any other questions about the time management? Rescue Time will help you. Hey, David, how's it going? Virtual networking dance party. Love it. Jenna, welcome. How are you? You must have popped on when I was walking up the steps. There we go. Now it's a party. 2-minute shot clock if you have any questions about anything. I reserve the right not to answer, but we'll see what happens. Where's my water? Where's my water? Rescue Time. Jeremy, have you heard of Rescue Time? Jason downloaded it. So Jeremy, Rescue Time is another godsend secret software of mine. Let me clarify that, because I have created softwares. I didn't create this one, but I use it. Since the last video, you've helped me with time management. It's getting better. Jason, thank you. So, Jeremy, Rescue Time is something I've been using a couple of years. You put it on all your devices, all your browsers, all the plugins, everything you have, and it tracks everything you do. And then each week it gives you a report of you spent 23 hours on sales, 100 hours on YouTube, 12 hours on the phone, blah, 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 whatever. Or maybe in your case, you're not going to spend 95 hours on YouTube. You probably spend 1 because you're efficient, and it just tells you where you're spending your time. So a lot of people go, I want to make more money, I want to pay off debt, I want to make more money, and they go, well, where can I invest my money? I go, well, that's all great. By all means, do it. But how do you invest your time? You know? So what's your time balance? Jeremy, what's the OMG? Is it something good? It better be something good. Either that or I drop something and have a mess that I don't realize about. Your time, well, I only spend so much time with clients and so much time with this and so much time with that. No, I'm sorry. Well, I invest such a percentage into A, such a percentage into B, this goes to that. Everyone has their budget. Well, what is your time budget? Are you running a time surplus or a time deficit? How do you invest your time? Look at time the same way you do money. So the free version is, free. There's a version for free that works pretty good, and it will help you immensely. The paid version is a whopping $6 or $9 or something dollars a month. I think it's $72 for a year when you pay for the year. Highly recommend it. And you can customize. There's some goals. Okay, there's these goals, and I have mine set up for accounting, finances, and sales. 2 areas that I chose to focus on this year. So like if I spend 15 minutes on accounting stuff, and it could be planning for the future or looking at the books or whatever. I have certain things that when I go to the website, it tracks it as accounting. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45, 1 hour 15, 1 hour 30, 145, and I think I have it all like that. And then like after 3 hours it goes 3, 4, and 5, not by 15-minute increments. And it will tell you like you spent 23.5 hours this month on sales, you spent 22 hours on accounting. It does it for you. Install it on all your browsers, all your devices, sync it up, and let it do the work. Come back a week from now and use 7-day baseline. Next Tuesday, maybe I'll do a follow-up video. Everyone that was doing Rescue Time, what's it look like this week? And you'll be shocked and go, whoa, I can probably do more here and less there. Because the example I used earlier was like YouTube. Everyone goes on YouTube. You go, oh, I just watch a few videos. And the people I know that just watch a few, it's 5, 10, 15 hours a month. Maybe a week, maybe a month, but still, you could read an extra book a month. You know, a book's going to help you long term a lot more than some random videos. I had something like that on my Chrome, but I like that it's multi-platform. Yeah, that's the thing. I was using another one before. I've actually used a couple. This is the best one I've used so far, and I've been using it for going on 2 years now. I've always used something, but this one is by far the best. And I'm not even going to name the other ones because I don't want you wasting your time using them. This one's the best. Use it. When you're actually doing something fun, how do you actually enjoy the fun time instead of thinking of tasks, calls, emails, and eventually have to get... Jason, that is $1,000,000 question. This is how you be present and enjoy the moment. That was exactly my question 4 or 5 years ago. You know, I want to have fun. Yeah, I'll attend the party from 6 to 9 tonight. I have a lot of stuff to do in the day, but then I'd come home and have to do it afterwards. Jeremy, program for expenses, QuickBooks. And I also have their merchant account for processing. So Jason, what are you actually doing for someone? So Jason, let me ask you this. From what I know, do you do all the repairs yourself, or do you have, how many staff do you have? Because one of the things you can do, the number one thing you can do, is outsource it to other people. And I realize with what you're doing, you're not just going to randomly find anyone to do it. But think of all the tasks you have. Maybe write a list. You know, I'm going to help you right now. Jason, in the chat below, put the top 5 things you find yourself doing on a regular basis. It could be check email, call client, serve the client, go to the client's location, follow up with new leads, whatever it is. Put the top 5 for right now. Ideally, I want you to have 10. But just put in the chat below. This is more take action, you know, quick and dirty, do it, get it done, don't worry about perfection. The difficult is to find good texts. I figured that. I have someone, is my phone buzzing? Whatever. That does a security system installation, and he was doing the same thing. Certain industries, same thing with locksmith. You're not going to pull any random Joe Bob off the street and be like, yo, you're hired. So you can enjoy the fun. So to enjoy the fun, you literally have to get this stuff off your mind. You get it off your mind by getting it done in an efficient manner that you trust. Part of the reason it's on your mind is because of inefficiencies, whether they're big or small, regular or sporadic. It doesn't matter. If anything's on your mind, it's because of an inefficiency in a different area. So some of the funnest things are looking at one area to improve another. Top 5, invoices. You can automate that. Schedule appointments. Go to talktomario.com. Networking. Definitely can get rid of that and automate leads. Emails. You can clean that up. You'll probably always have email, but you don't need to spend as much time. If Rescue Time will show you how much time you're spending on emails. You can spend less, but you'll probably always have to do it. Actually doing the service calls. Again, that could be you, but if you have other people, you don't need to. Jeremy, what does Jason do? It won't let me scroll up further. Jason, I will let you take this. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But Jeremy, he does computer repair and servicing, and I know he can help with viruses and just general computer problems. I know I'm not wrong in saying that, but he probably has a more direct answer as far as what the specialty is. So I'll reiterate this. So if that's the top 5, do me a favor, put 5 more. And then look at how much time you're spending each week. And then all you have to do is, reverse engineer everything. So invoices, you can automate that. Schedule appointments. Check out talk2mario.com. I already have that taken care of. Networking. You don't need to do as much. You can get automated leads. I have Facebook ads running right now, and every day I wake up, there's new leads in there. Emails. Again, you'll probably always have to do something, but I kind of check them twice a day, maybe 15 minutes. I don't spend a lot of time with it. And then actually doing the service call. So that's always going to be there, but like I said, you might not need to do it either. So 4 out of the 5, I'm confident we can improve right out of the gate. I provide computer repair, support, and sales for home users and small business. You are correct, Mario. Ding, ding, ding. Sweet. I didn't know if anything had changed. And there you go, Jeremy. Jason, you can check that out. It's Talk to Mario. And I have this as part of an automated funnel with the Facebook ads and some videos and a free report, and the whole thing takes care of 90% of that for me. And if anyone wants to reach me directly, I also have specific URLs hooked up. Again, $10 a year for me to save 2 hours a week, 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week. Definitely worth it. I automate anything and everything I possibly can. Look, more receipts. It's crap. It's like, hey, I want to go live life, and you end up with 20 of them a week. And this is just in real life stuff. Got more crap from online purchases. Aggravating. Oh, I can't say that out loud. There was a humor post I found last night, and it was I'm not going to say it. Send me a private message. I'll send a link to you. It's hilarious, but people's, how I was like, oh, it's so aggravating, but it's like, if you didn't have it, I sure as hell wouldn't want to do my own gardening. So thank you, Receipt, for allowing me to just walk in and walk out, and all I have to do is pay. Jason, there's something else on that website too, which when you can't even do the biggest benefit of it unless you automate it. How do you like that one? The automation is cool, but there's a huge, 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 huge benefit of mine. You can't even do without automating it. Someone type that in the chat for me, because that's a good hook, and I've never used it before, and I should. One of the biggest benefits of automation is that it allows you to do something you can't even do without it. And the automation alone is awesome. And that's what we cover in week 5. I'm so glad it's done now, because I think it's been a half hour, an hour I've done this. I was at my parents' before, went to the salon, had a call, and had my class today. And that's what I've done. All fun stuff. There's been nothing I did today that I did not enjoy wholeheartedly. And it wasn't sit and sift through crap. So for anyone that wants to change that, let me know, because I don't like it. One of the biggest benefits of automation is... what did I just say? One of the biggest benefits of automation is... well, I don't want to say what it is, but I need to say what it is so I remember. One of the biggest benefits of automation isn't even the automation. It's what you can't even do in real life. That's it. It's something digital you do. But Jason, the benefit is it takes care of the invoices you can automate. It will take care of networking, emails, and scheduling appointments. So 3 of your top 5 you can solve by automating this one thing. That's pretty cool. And if you want to put the other 5 in there, I'd be more than happy to give you a minute to do it, because I know statistically, just when I talk to an audience or do a workshop, people never think about this the second you leave, so that's why I make people do stuff. And I have a little worksheet in my book. Not just, here's some cool things to do with video marketing. No, actually, I literally, in my newest version, I have stop, grab a pencil or a pen, and write on the page below in the next page. So yeah, it's all about imperfect action. You don't need to do anything right. The next 5, So 3 of the 5 you mentioned I can do in one fell swoop if I were to train you on what it is. It's weeks 5 and 6 of my training, basically. That would take care of 3 of the 5. The invoicing, you can. What are you using for invoicing right now? I know you can automate that. The service calls is 50-50 in my opinion. So 100% 5 would be 100 divided by 5 is 20, and we can for sure do 4 of them, and half the other one. So 90% of what you're facing, you can cure like now. The 5% of service, I realize and I respect that you need service techs that are qualified. But I do have an idea, and it's the same one I gave to the audiovisual company. It's basically a reverse sales funnel. Instead of having it generate sales, you reverse it and you have it for applying the right people. It's an application process. We use QuickBooks, the next 5, cool. Looking into something called Spiceworks, which is online invoicing. Yeah, there's other stuff, but I mean, how much time do you spend doing invoicing? I want to talk about this. Like, I know I said I gotta go, but whatever, I'm changing the rules. So if you're using QuickBooks now, how much time do you think you spend a week on invoicing? Because you're making it sound like, I'm getting the impression you spend 10, 15, 20, maybe 20 plus hours a week on invoicing. It just seems like a lot. I don't know, how often you do it, how you do it, any of that, but I never like spending more than 10 hours a week on anything, regardless of what it is, even if it is a high priority. Because that means you're doing it more than 2 hours a day. And if it's something that's not fun, it's like, anytime someone goes, oh, this is a real problem, it's automatically in my mind, I've been like, what, you spending 15 hours a week? Because to me, that's a lot. They're like, no, we're spending like 40. I'm like, good gravy. Not that many hours, about a few a week. So that's not too bad, but yeah, it's just on your mind. There is a better way. Steven. Hello. I hope you are doing well. I would like to let you know I've been praying for you. I've been seeing your post. I appreciate you. And I'm glad you're here. Jason, correct. Invoicing is not fun. Jason, next 5. CRM follow-up, actually hiring and getting technicians, blank, blank. What's blank, blank? Getting technicians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Next 5. CRM, what are you using for a CRM? Following up, group that into the 3 from group 1. Following up, you can automate with weeks 5 and 6 of the training. That's also one of the things. CRM, truthfully, you could actually group that bad boy in there too, because you can automate that as well. Actually hiring and getting technicians. I would give you the hiring funnel, the reverse sales funnel. We'd set that up. Blank blank is what I don't know, 9 and 10. Okay. I didn't know if you were speaking something about the technicians, like getting them to do something. I don't have any CRM stuff set up. Okay, you don't need to reveal it on here. I would ask how many customers, clients, prospects you're dealing with. We'd have to get more nitty gritty with the numbers, but CRM is the number one thing I recommend to anyone. A lot of people say, do you need to have a LinkedIn? Do you have a Facebook? CRM, I've been using Salesforce since 2009. And that's how I know that Terry has been with us since January of 2009. I actually remember that call, and I am thankful for it because I promised her, I said, I can help, but you need to promise me you're not going to be mad at me. And she goes, what for? I go, I respect and understand everything you've done. We will be able to help you, but I do not want you mad at me. And a little bit of the story is they needed a new website at the time and some marketing stuff. She goes, I've spent 6 months trying to learn this and I'm just getting frustrated. I go, we can help you, but I don't want you mad at me. She goes, why? I go, we're going to have this done in 3 weeks, and I respect and understand you've put 6 months into it. And she kind of starts laughing. I go, so promise me you're not going to be mad at me. She's like, oh, okay, ha 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 ha. And then like 3 weeks later, I called her, and I go, hi, Terry. She's like, you're kidding. I go, promise me you're not going to be mad at me. She's like, no way. I go, are you going to be mad at me? She's like, no. I go, here's a link. Check this out. I don't ever want to insult anyone directly. I do use humor, and sometimes it can be misconstrued. But the truth is, you don't need to be doing a lot of things. You just need to know how to do them in a more efficient manner. CRM, you send out cards. Send out cards is freaking awesome. have send out cards too. CRM, you send out cards and can use campaigns. Jeremy, what do you use for CRM? Do you have your own proprietary software? Jason, good point on CRM. Yeah, Jason, so I put everyone into it, and that's really why I got the Neat Scanner. So I went from Post-its to Salesforce, and I'm like, this is cool. And then I realized, like, it gave me the inspiration that, I mean, you've seen me at networking events in the past, not so much anymore, but you've seen me at stuff, and I was pretty aggressive. So it was like, oh, I can't wait to go da-da-da-da. But then a week later, I have 143 new business cards. It's like, what do I do with these? I gotta type all this stuff in. So I cured one problem, but created another. So the next logical step was, well, I don't want to be capped in my thinking with, I don't want to be limited to how many leads we can acquire. And I don't want to think, well, it's 3 hours for the event plus money plus driving. Then it takes another 3 hours to, just input them in the system. Then you have to call people, email them, whatever the case may be. It was 10 to 20 hours a week round trip per event. You do 6 or 10 events, you're now full-time just in follow-up mode. You can automate the whole thing. The last event I went to in real life was like, what month is it? October? I missed that one. I was traveling, missed the other one. I was hanging out with a friend. Went to that one. It was like 2-3 months ago. I got like 5 or 10 cards, zipped them through the scanner. They digitize themselves, export that into Salesforce, send out an automated email, and then people book times. Took like 35 minutes. Tony, welcome. How are you? So some of this stuff you can fully automate. Some of it, you might be spending 10, 20 hours when you could be spending 1 or 2. Like, I'm not joking when I say that. If any one thing is taking you more than 10 hours a week, you got to cut that out. It's the whole reason I created my Freedom Platform software. Same thing with you. Actually going on service calls. Hey, how long does it take to do the project? And we get a new client for website specifically, and my goal is always to do a site in under 10 hours. It was taking us 12 to 18. 14 to 15, 16-ish was really more the norm, 12 to 18. And the first ones were like 20, 30, 40 hours. I'm like, this is nuts. You use 168 hours a week, 24 hours a day. There's 96 opportunities a day, 15-minute increments, what I call block 15 time. You have a finite number of time. So if you want to do 100 sites a month, how do you pull that off if they're taking you 100 sites a month? Even if you could get it to 10, which we never did until I created the software, 100 sites a month at 10 hours, that's 10,000 hours a month. 168 hours a week, that's like 168 times 4. Let's go 150. 300, 600, maybe 700, some change. You need 10,000 hours of output, and you only have 700, which means you would need to have a big staff working tirelessly and everything precision like an automated assembly line. Don't waste your time. You need to automate it. Jason, gotta go, but thanks for all your help and staying up late with us. We'll catch up soon. Jason, sounds awesome. Great to see you again. I know it wasn't in person. We'll do that soon, and it's the beauty of the internet. He needs to follow up. Jason, what's Joe's last name? Just so I know when he comes through. Jeremy, Tanya heard that just now and her ears perked up. Oh, just now, and her ears perked up about the scanning the business cards and emails going out. Okay, Jeremy. So part of that is in real life. So it's real easy to automate digital stuff, like a Facebook ad going to a page and then they opt in and this, that, the other thing. But my thing was wrapping my head around, how do I go to a real life event, whether I'm hosting it, I'm speaking at it, someone else is. What do I do with all this physical stuff? How do I turn this into digital? The first step is acquiring the cards, okay? Having a good time, remembering, actually caring, and interacting, serving the people. Main thing. You take the physical cards, you have to run them through the Neat Scanner. The Neat Scanner digitizes them, and they have a new feature, which I love. They have Neat Verify. So now you don't even need to verify it or pay someone. They literally offer it as a service. It's like 3.5 cents, 4 cents, or 5 cents for their staff to go through human recognition and verify it. It's great. So now you can just zip everything in, scan it. It can do like 50 cards a minute. Unless I'm doing a weekend event, I've generally got 10, 15, 20, maybe 30. I mean, literally, it takes you a minute to go through. It goes through the system. It gets stored in the cloud. Then you click the button to Neat Verify it. It goes through. You might want to allocate some time. I used to budget 15 to 30 minutes to verify them myself to make sure the data is correct, because automation is great, but if the information is incorrect, you're killing yourself. So I would manually go through and verify the data even after I had my assistant type it in. Now the system does it. It's pretty accurate. The only one that I've ever had issues with are business cards. See how it's black on the top? If the whole card is black, and here's the thing, you want to get people's attention. You're not playing Phantom of the Opera. It's not Hollywood. Look good, look like a brand, but you don't need to get that crazy with the artistic side of things. Have it high contrast, okay? Notice where all the information is. It's on yellow and white. You're not going to have an issue with a scanner. The cards I've had issues are those fancy foil fonts that are silver, which reflects light, and black, which absorbs it. So basically, it can't read it. Natasha, welcome. Jason, thank you for that, so I know. Jeremy, I do not have a Neat Scanner. Jeremy, you can purchase one. They're only like $400 or $500. They're pretty cheap. And now the new one, you don't even need a computer. It's all Wi-Fi enabled. There's an app on your phone. So you put it through the scanner. It does OCR, optical recognition, optical character recognition. It figures out what the thing says for you. You verify it. It goes into a CRM. It is a CRM of sorts, but that's about it. It organizes it. It's great for documentation, blah, blah, blah. It's not Salesforce. Then that goes into... You take it and it makes a CSV spreadsheet. All you have to do is export from one, import to the other. And now your Salesforce is populated, and from there you can set up the different campaigns to trigger. Reread that. I do have one. You do have a Neat Scanner. Well, freaking awesome. You're already there. Steve, welcome. How is your night going? Mr. World Traveler, Steve, where are you tonight? I've been noticing you're like kind of all over the place, which is awesome. Are you Central Time Zone tonight, or are you in Florida, Cali? What's going on? So, Tanya, you're watching. Hello. Happy birthday. You guys already have a Neat Scanner? What I asked earlier, what are you using for your CRM? Do you have a proprietary one, or do you have a third-party one? Are you not using one? I think you told me you have something. I don't recall what it was or is. Natasha, how are you doing this evening? Where my music is. Why did it stop again? I love this thing. If anyone hasn't used this remote desktop, Google and Chrome have a plugin. You can put a remote desk proprietary in the app. Regardless of what the software is, and that's totally fine. Most of them, all the cool ones have interaction and syncs with their APIs. Even if they don't, all you have to do is export a CSV. It takes 30 seconds and re-import it. Haven't been using it. Still in beta. Okay. I'll tell you one that I recommend that's a free for beginners. What the hell is it called? Good gravy. It's good. I've used it. Zoho CRM. It's decent for free. I've used Salesforce for 7 years. Here we go, a baby. Major Laser. Here's the upstairs computer. And there's a client book. So that's my screen from upstairs. Remote desktop Google. You can put on all your tablets and phones and control a major setup from anything. So I mainly got it, so if we're having fun down here, don't need to go upstairs. But you could also be traveling, and I've told some of my friends, when you're traveling, if you're like, crap, I need to get something off my desktop where like your main stuff is at, and you forgot to put, it should be backed up through Carbonite in the cloud, but if you want to like literally just access the whole thing, it's another free solution. It's easy to do, and you can control it from any digital device. All right, so I need you to say hello, leave your name in the chat, and let me know what your biggest business problem is, because we're helping people left and right, and we have some new people here, so say hello. Jeremy, is there anything else you wanted to discuss? Steven, welcome. How are you feeling? So yeah, as far as being proprietary or not, you know what? My programmer uses TeamViewer and he swears by it. I've used it when people are helping me. I've never used it. I don't know how much it is or how it works. I think it's good from what I've used. I can't say if it is better than TeamViewer, but it worked for me when I just had an idea and I was like, there's got to be something. I mean, there's been PC Anywhere for 20 years. What's better, Infusionsoft or, here's a loaded one, I was waiting for it. Infusionsoft is the gold standard. Or connected to Wi-Fi. Here we go. Are the lights blinking again? There we go. So I think my screensaver goes on. I put a post about this. Hugh Disco. Steven, sorry to hear that. Steven, I'm not sure if you caught it earlier when you first came on, but I've been following you and reading stuff for the last couple months, and I want you to let you know I have been praying for you. I'm glad you're here, and you're already healed and it's temporary. Oh, Jeremy, you have a long response. TeamViewer is free. Maybe TeamViewer is better. I don't have an answer for that. I've never used it myself, so I can't say, but everyone else says they like it. Tony, Salesforce and ClickFunnels. I was watching something on ClickFunnels last night for a specific purpose with people in my training program for getting their book launch site up, and it's a loaded question. What is better, Infusionsoft, Salesforce, or ClickFunnels? They are all very fundamentally different, truthfully. It depends is my answer, because ClickFunnels is for landing pages, Salesforce doesn't do that. Infusionsoft is great for capturing data and making sales and automation. I think you need a plugin or something to create landing pages. I don't know about the metrics on them, because when you're doing Facebook ads, leads, and sales, the main thing is split testing and the metrics. What is the cost per lead? What is the cost per application? What is the cost to acquire a client? Salesforce is awesome for CRM and organizing it. It doesn't do the other stuff natively. Infusionsoft would, but it depends, because where are you at with your business? Some of these are $50 a month, some of them are $600. It really depends. I'd never say, oh, you need this big, bad, burly thing to start off. I went 2 years. No, 1 year without a CRM, and it was kind of chaotic, but you can grow a business and make money. The worst thing you can do is shoot yourself in the leg beforehand when you're getting off the ground, or even in the middle stage, or thinking you're at one level, blowing all this money that you may not really need to. Even though you can afford it, you may not need to. It really depends on what your goal is. As far as email marketing versus campaigns within Salesforce, Aweber, ActiveCampaign are both 50 to 150 a month. Again, cheaper than Infusionsoft. Someone asked me this the other day, and they said, you can get 80% of the functionality without the cost, unless you absolutely are killing it on ad spend per day, getting more leads than you can acquire, have your funnel set up, not wasting any time on anything else. The only people I know using Infusionsoft, they're running 7-figure businesses, or high 6-figure. Short of that, it's probably overkill. I don't know where you're at. You could use it. It's not bad. But generally when people ask me, it's because they're not using one or the other. And 90% of the time, the others will suffice for the time being, at least. Does that help, Tony? Did we just listen to this? All right, I'll take 2 more questions. Oh, Tony, thanks for clients. Again, I'm going to say the same answer even for your clients. It depends on where they're at and what their goals are. Do they have ads running? Do they have leads on a daily basis? Do you have a strategic funnel that you're getting that many leads and you need that level of automation? If the answer is yes, maybe they can. Maybe they can. If they're not, do that first. And you can use other stuff in the meantime and build up to that level. Oh, yeah. All right, 2 more questions, and I gotta go. I've been talking for nearly 12 hours straight. Where my playlist is. Jeremy, you still there? Do any text campaigns? Tony, I don't focus on it so much anymore. It depends on the business. I've really focused on my Expert Authority Effect training, 8-week curriculum. I start people off with expertauthorityreport.com, and my goal is to increase their authority positioning, get them published, get them profitable, and get them publicity. So I used to, when I was working with more local companies, and it was like they had a lot of foot traffic and stuff like that, but you can, it just depends on what you're doing. And I focus more now on teaching, training, consulting, and the strategy aspect of things, not the... We don't take anyone on that's not a that's already a client, or they're not part of my training, if that makes sense. So before, it was like if someone would call us and say, hey, we need boom, 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 I'd be like, cool, we can help. Appreciate the referral or whatever. Now I'm like, well, we don't really do that anymore. Moreover, I take everyone through an application process, because just because you can help someone doesn't mean you should. Jeremy, I am not in front of my calendar. And if I change the screen here, it's going to... What's it going to do? It'll probably kill the feed. Do me a favor and let's schedule a call. Go to Talk to Mario and pick something for... to see what's open. I honestly have no idea. I usually check that in the daytime. And I have it synced. So, Jeremy, I know Jason was asking, but I have it hooked to my personal calendar, my client calendar, my marketing calendar, my development calendar, my research calendar. It's hooked to like 7 or 8 different Google calendars I have, and it just figures stuff out for me. So go to Talk to Mario, and let's see, tomorrow. Check out something if you want to do it sooner than later. Maybe tomorrow afternoon or Thursday could work. If not, Monday or Wednesday. Tuesdays are my class days, and I don't even know if there's availability. And if there is, it's usually just one time slot. Oh yeah, this one. Tony, that makes sense. Awesome. Facebook, conversation started. 100 comments so far. Thank you. That is awesome. It always tells you when you got like 10 people watching or 25 comments, but that's cool. We just broke 100 comments. High five. How do I skip this? All right. One more question, and then I have to wind down. It's 1:15 in this time zone. Usher. And thank you, Facebook, for not recognizing the music and giving me a hard time for having fun with my friends. Last call, last call. Not the last call for water, but it is the last call for questions. Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Does this thing have any juice in it? Cool, 89%. Got 2 thumbs up. Tony, awesome, awesome, awesome. One more question, Tony. One more question, Jeremy. Congratulations. This is your most liked live video yet. 10 people have reacted to this video so far. This is your most liked live video yet? Well, shoot. All right, we're gonna... All right, throw up some more of those smiley face deals, and I'm gonna take a screenshot. And... Congratulations. This is your most liked live video yet. All set for everything. Talk to you. Jimmy's got one more. Look at these. These are crazy. Oh, no search. I always get leery of clicking the buttons on the screen because I booted people unintentionally before. And no, don't do the sad faces. I'm back. As you know, I've been a little distracted. What is this thing you're doing? It seems awesome. Hey, Steven. I wanted to share the great day I was having. I had a great day with my clients. Tuesdays I have my Expert Authority Effect training. It's an 8-week curriculum. I take people to increase their authority positioning. And I always get so energized because my clients are tearing it up. We're launching like 4 new books in the next month, month and a half, helping them strategize their funnel, develop their signature brand, their signature talk, their signature